frequently in legal cases, one of the defenses will be, how can the plaintiff, the injured person that is, have a TBI if their MRI was normal and their CAT scan at the hospital was normal? Well, the fact of the matter is that the definition of mild TBI includes normal neuroimaging. In other words, you expect there to be a normal CT scan, you expect there to be a normal MRI. And if those scans are not normal, then it's no longer called a mild TBI in most cases. So what does that mean? Just because those scans are normal doesn't mean the brain is normal. It just means that the injury is beyond the sensitivity of the test. So the MRI is essentially a tool that takes a picture of the tissue of the inside of the brain. But the brain has 100 billion cells. Think about it. It staggers the mind. I can't even comprehend a figure so large. And of that 100 billion cells, 10 billion of them are axons, the information carrying cells. And if the brain is violently shifted, say, during a car wreck, and the collision involves some rotation and your brain shifts around in the skull and it free floats within the skull. So there's some torsion or twisting that can cause stretching, tearing, or other damage to those brain cells. And that happens on a microscopic level that just doesn't get picked up by MRI most of the time. There are other tests sometimes that are far more sensitive and far more expensive that frequently don't get run in an ER that can help to identify those type of injuries. And there's other ways that doctors and later lawyers, if there's a legal case, will go about trying to answer those questions. But the bottom line answer is, just because a test comes back normal for an MRI or a CT, that doesn't necessarily rule out an injury. Normal test doesn't always mean normal brain.